What's up, guys? Still me, still here. This is another video. Somewhere near 1100 and something, although 40 seem to have been cut, and whatever else. It's irrelevant. Got up early this morning, say about 5 o'clock. Drank juice all night long. I was in pain. And the last 3 nights I've had dreams so real. And I knew I was in the dream. And I was studying it. I go, what does this mean? What does this mean? So in one of my dreams, I'm going to show you what I drew from the dream. This is what I drew from the dream. Take away this, okay, or add this in. A, C, H, okay, A11, A1, A1 this way, and A1 the other way, or 11. It doesn't matter, there's a minus in the side here anyways. And the 11s are usually split by 1111 digital, because if you tilt something on this angle 11, well, down below it's tilted at 11 too. Up there down below. And over the pin that it took to spin, it also moved the same amount. Although you're just spinning around and around the pin. You know, I got a lot of questions before I get on and show you anything about our puppet master. Do you know who this is? This is Mercury, and this is Earth. Okay, this down here is the puppeteers. This would be Neptune. This would be Saturn, Mars, and Venus. Is over here. This and this, they go right together. Venus. Okay, they fit right in. Why? Because there's a check mark to go from 2 spot to 1 spot, and 1 spot right in here. Because 2 runs 1. 1 is 2 and 2 is 1. That's why the minute 2 goes, it makes 3. It's the spirit. Okay? They have to be born with the spirit. It has to get into this spot to be able to connect to number 9 over here, which is Pluto. This is the elevator system, the way it works. 5 and 8, as 7 and 6, as 3 and 4, as 1 and 6. Down the other way sideways, okay? This would create a smokestack, and this makes an escalator, as this is an elevator. 5 and 8 is an elevator, as well as 2 and 5 would be an elevator. Okay? That's the way they work in the center. It's got number 13. What do you want me to tell you? 1 and 3, okay? So listen, number 13, the letter M, the 13th letter, is talking about the first 2 parts of God. Alpha and Gamma. His odd parts, not his even parts. In between that, not only that, the M letter. Take apart. Have you ever taken apart a McDonald's sign? I'm going to do this right in front of you, like I haven't done it once before, but I'm going to do it now. Let me put up my cigarette and do this McDonald's sign. Okay, this is the McDonald's sign. The McDonald's sign is like this, and then it's like this, and then it's like this. Then on the top, you got one like this and like this. Right? Wrong. This is not what's on the top. What you actually see on the top. Let me get another pen. What you actually see on the top of the McDonald's sign is this and this. These 2 are not joined. Urantia. U and U, or N and N. N-N-I-E. 14 and 14 is 28. They're both for a pass. Right? You're a passage between the 4 angle and 5, and the 5 angle and 5, which equals to 6. 14 and 6, okay, can be 20. 14 is 1 and 4 is 5, and 6 and 5 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Then you go 14 plus the 4 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. Now you have a 9 and a 2, which is the birth in this world. Other things we're trying to figure out is what can this mean? Well, take a look. A-C-H. It says H. Heaven of angels. Creation on one side, creation on the other side. That's your Mr. McDonald sign. You ever see the chicken or the brush in the corner? This would be a corner. See the way gamma is backwards? This is a corner brush of creation in this corner, right? But I just saw something a little bit earlier, and I'm going to show you what I saw. A few things. And one of them is the placements of certain of the planets. They're not sitting right side up. They're sitting upside down. I'm trying to look for the picture right now. Okay, like it shows Pluto, okay, up in the top left-hand corner with one of its moons, Charon. P for, okay, P, Pluto, the 9th planet, and C for Charon, because I don't know what it is, but the C letter is for 3. That's 3 and 9. And it's set up right next to Saturn, but it's showing Saturn as north. Okay, it's showing Venus more towards the south. And you know what's very funny is they really light up Saturn. And what's even more funny is that Uranus, okay, Uranus, the moon, and Mercury are all lined up in the same area, and Uranus is turned on its side. I look just as what I see in the picture, okay? Then it shows a distant star system. Right away, DSS 42. There's other angels in a distant star system. Now I'm sure because of the numbers say this and because I can read this. Okay, if the program says DSS and in the DSS it describes it as a distant star system, that's the angle. It's another angle spirit. It's another system like ours, further on, just like ours. And it shows it in here because Uranus, it seems like, splits between somehow the two sides. And that's the 7th planet. And Nus, it says Nus, and Uranus backwards says Sun. Sun angel resident. You. That's, I can make up anything I want. But if you want to make up something, you better believe deep into your heart that there's a chance that the hypothesis is absolutely very much close to being perfect. Okay? Everything seems to be surrounding Jupiter. We know Jupiter responds to a terminology on this earth as being 1 for 4 for 1, which means A, B, C, D for 1 Jupiter for F, G, H, I. Then you have A, I, E, C. You have all the odd planets. The only even planet that God goes around with is the heavens Neptune. He goes around with that all the time. I don't know why. Because it's the empty space of life, maybe. But he goes around with Neptune because, you see, Pluto is only for this planet. It's for the births into this world. But Neptune is an open space. It's an entry to where we are. It's the emptiness in every single world to where we were put, into heaven. Number 8. Between 8 and 5, where's heaven? Well, you don't want to go to the end of heaven. You want to go somewhere in between, because that's where heaven is. Heaven is where there's space that you can turn around and go forever. That's why we go east and west and around the world we go. To the shopping malls, the best we know, right? Buying magazines to see what everybody's seeing, because everybody's seeing something different. I'm going to get off these planets for a minute, and I'm going to come back to you, okay? So we're seeing, we go to the shopping center, and we buy a TV we just have because the clicker broke. We spend to spend. Everybody knows something's going to run out. You're not going to be happy. Not everybody who's shopping right now is going to be happy by Father's Day. In fact, most of the fathers probably won't even be happy. Okay? Some of them, because their sons are now 40, 50, and 60 years old, and they're still not getting any respect as fathers in their own rank. But anyways, I don't know how much I rank for a father. I do my best. I try. That's why pi, and not only pi, but anything to do with 2/3 is to try forever. 3 of what? To try forever. To reach 99 is never to reach 100, because at 100 you are on another level. At 100, okay, you have hit the brick wall. Humpty Dumpty had a big fall. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Hold on a second. They went up the hill, both of them, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail. So they're saying that at the top of the hill, there was a pail of water. But Jack fell down But they don't say where he fell. They don't say if he made it to the top of the hill. And broke his crown. So the only thing I know is this is the crown. When you first come out of your mother, this is the first thing that's held into your life. 10 fingers onto your head to pull you out, if not with just a forceps. So they fell down. So I'm assuming if Jack broke his cranium when he fell down, okay, and Jill came tumbling after, well, Jill was his brain. And he had no business going up the hill anyways, fetching a pail of water at the top of the hill. Jeez, who leaves water at the top of the hill? Next to the lake, you know? So anyways, what were we going to do next? We did the McDonald's sign. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a game. Here goes the game. How many moons are on Mercury? Okay. What planets say the word jump? Jupiter, Uranus, Mars or Mercury, and Pluto. J is the 5th planet. U is the 7th planet. Also expresses itself as the 21st letter for saying Earth or creation. So right away, Uranus is part of Earth. Right there in the terminology. Uranus, and then we have Mercury, and then we have Pluto. All odd numbers. J-U-M-P. The only one they don't include is E. And the reason they don't do it is because for the jump, right, they then have to do V and E. Because the jump of V and E says life, V and E. V, it means life, to live. And then we left out one planet. But it's a sad planet. Because it's Saturn. It's Saturn. Starts with an S, spirit. Ends with an N, 14, passage. 14 and spirit together, 19, total 33. The command and creation of the planet of one. If we're not on Saturn, we're not far off, but I still don't think we're on Earth. Because Earth is in the corner of a far-off planet. And I didn't like the setup of the heaven. If I didn't want my kids to play in that street, then God wasn't going to put this planet with his children in that street. In fact, if you really want to know, we might be just inside another planet right now, and the dome only opens up for so many hours a day, and then you can no longer see the same sky because it is blocked from your vision. How come I know and no one else knows? Is it just a hypothesis? A run-of-the-mill guess? Is it possibly I'm right? I want to ask you another question. When you went to school, where did they put the sun? They always put the sun in the corner. Hey, you didn't put the sun in the right corner. Don't put the sun in that corner. Put it in that corner. You don't see very many people putting the sun right up above. Eh? So right away in our schooling, I knew there was something wrong because when I'm going to hang up a picture, I'm going to sort of try and hang up the picture straight. The minute you show a sun in the corner, nothing hangs in the corner. How do you hang the sun in the corner? First of all, there's something behind the sun. We all know that. In order to get an orange sun, there's got to be red and yellow. And at night, it brings on the burgundy red at the night sky. And you can see it in the night sky. So where are we next? Mercury and Venus have no moons. One is 1, the other one is 2. Odd and even. But in A, B, C on the first level, it really doesn't make a difference. Because if God is A and C on the first level, then God must be in between too. Because what good is the in-between without the outside? Then you drop down a level. And then you move it on the end. You put 2 here, and you drop down, you put 1 here. Like a V. And they can be flipped up and down. And over if you want. Over onto the other side. We're not getting into this. So we have so far no moons and no moons on the first 2. Now no moon, N-O, totals 29. Okay, and that's the, I think, 6th and 7th number in pi. Okay, no moons is a 0. 0, or an egg, is 15. right away it means 6. Mercury is 6 and 1, 7. No moons to add on to Venus. Moons valued at 15 plus Venus 2, 17. Venus is now valued at 8, and Mercury is valued at 7. The 1 and 2 spot no longer exists. Earth now has 1 moon, and that's good because now it's first, because 1 and 2 are gone. Earth is in a 10-10 angle to Uranus, in which now Uranus is all mixed with Mercury. They've now mixed together, although the one hole is still open because it's open for number 28 and number 10, and that's all related because of how they play the game of roulette. Don't leave out any game or rule. Don't leave out any sign or empty space. What looks field, empty out. What is white, change to black. What is blue, turn to gray. What is early, think of it being late. What is 20 minutes, maybe it took 40 minutes. We must, if the number doesn't come out, multiply it by 2. Multiply it by 3. Multiply it by 4. It might be 3 out of 4, because if you're in one corner, you're taking up one of 3 corners. If you're on one side, you're taking up 1 and 3 sides. Whatever it is, you're taking up one of. So now we have Earth. Then we have Mars, too. So first of all, let's go back to Earth. Earth, 1 moon, 3rd planet, 3 and 1, 4. It is the E it starts with, which is the 5th letter. 4 and 5 makes 9. Now we got a birth that can perhaps come out of Earth. Now the question is it a terminology Earth, just like it is the rain, the heat, and the sun? To where Earth is just an element we live in that we grow from, but it's not a planetary resting place that we're actually in? Don't forget, Walt Disney Land and Walt Disney World. Which one are we in? And does the system work over there? Maybe we should get chains to go on holidays like we do and have chains all the time to live in a certain way. Well, we want to live in that country over there. They let us carry handguns. Well, everybody's going to get shot in that country. So if you want to live there, there's no laws against shooting. You know what I'm saying? So it's all kinds of things. So then we go on to Mars. Mars is number 4. It has 2 moons equals 6. It's almost like saying Venus 2 and Mars 4 equals 6. It's almost like saying 2 on the telephone in the top position, then 2 on the side position, which gives it 4. Let me see if I have that here somewhere. I'm just going to show you a little picture. Here's 2, here's 2, here's 2, here's 2. They're all 2. But this one is number 2 of 2 equaling 4. This one's number 3 of 2 equaling 6. This one's number 4. So if you really take the look at how this comes out on paper, let me see if I can get this in here. There you go. That's what it does. That's the exact order it goes in order to do. Because here's Venus. Venus is between 1 and 3. It's not a power. This is the power. The draw has to come from here to here. And it's almost like saying they can almost loop it. Just like that. Just like skipping over. You see Jupiter and Neptune? Man's got to be right here. This is the way they show it on the 8 card. This is the 8 card, okay? Jupiter and Neptune it shows. Am I wrong? Going to be showing Venus over here and Jupiter over here? Because Venus is either up here or sitting down with Jupiter. 5th planet and 2nd planets. 5th and 2nd, 5 and 2 is 7. The Mayan, 52. Do I have to show you how many paraphernalias do I have to pull out? First of all, let me tell you one thing. Sesame Street, 4114. Take the 41, okay, and cross Mercury to Pluto, Earth to Uranus, Mars to Saturn, always passing the center over here. 5, 25, 125, 625. And then you multiply it by Mars, M, okay? Multiply it by the 4th planet and the 1st planet, M. 41 times the 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 equals 25,625. And I can probably give you another 50 ways to lead your lover. The Mayans are right. Their numbers are right. I found their numbers. Who am I? What's the difference? It's almost like putting the planets, you know, here's the pitchforks and the planets. Now what's first? What's on the side? Here's Mars and Uranus. And this is the 13th letter in the alphabet, in the Greek alphabet. You know what I'm saying? This is almost like saying a movie right here between Mercury, Venus, and Earth. It's almost like saying a movie. I've already written a lot of different things that it can say, but do I remember what it could say? Another thing is chickens can't fly, and whatever the reason is, I found out something starting around New York, Highway 70, Highway 80, follow it. There's a dead chicken's leg, okay? Now, the Indians used to wipe the blood and make one of those dances when they had that, right? Well, guess what? We just hit crop circles, and we hit day 21. When the crop circles came in, now the Indians would start to pray. And that area of danger right now, okay, would be near wherever there's a chicken leg on the highway. And lo and behold, we'd all go towards Arkansas, but not this time. We're going to go towards Illinois. Because if you take a look at the Chicago map, hanging upside down is a chicken by its legs. And there's many things like this all over the States. People make fun of it all the time, but I find different because I am different than everybody else. I am not sure which way to say what about the planets, but we're going to have to go on Jupiter. Just Jupiter alone, 63 moons, 6 and 3 is 9 birth. 6 by 3 is the creation of man. 6 times 3 is 18, and that's the Chai in Hebrew, and it's the 18th letter. And on the telephone, okay, you have 8 dials around it and 1 in the center, and that's your life. So that's Jupiter. It just gives you all the right numbers. Being the 5th planet, not before left, but Jupiter's got to be the master planet, you see. And when I'm going to go back to why I think Earth is where it is, because Jupiter, okay, had 63 moons. And I just figured Saturn had 60, okay. But now they say Saturn has 61. So adding Earth to it would say 64. And 6 and 4 is a replica of 4 and 6, which would be Mars and Saturn. And now I'm on to Earth and Saturn. And I'm on Saturn big time, okay, because once they move up to 64, okay, I don't think we can live on a red planet. I'm talking about Earth. Because of the laws of roulette and the roulette ball, and it's an element of the universe, under those laws, it's a red planet. And I don't think we can live on a red planet. I just don't. Mars is not a red planet. Mars has all the ingredients to be able to be there right now and hook up an electrical supply. Talking about the moon, the reason we called it a moon and all these other moons is all because of Venus and Mercury. Because there's 2 O's. No moons on 2 of them. No moons. Just put an M here and an N here. 13 and 14, 27. You got the 7th gate. For no moons, 0 and 0, 15 and 15. And that's what comes on a case of trade. Go to a farmer and buy eggs. They'll give you 30 at a shot in a box. And you'll see how many are in a box. And you'll see how many are in a row. And you'll see everything to do with the American flag and everything else that's going on in this world is coming out in a chicken box. And you're scratching your head on how the universe is built. It's right goddamn here, my friends, starting from the ass of every animal that has for any animal that can have, and any animal you can put up there. And that's what's happening up there because it's happening down here. We're a little bit behind. Let's catch up. Let's think a little bit outside the box. You know what I'm saying? You want to come eat at my restaurant? You don't want to eat what's at my restaurant. Because what I got cooking is part of the future. And she's hot. And she's coming. I figure. Now, I'm not going to get off these moons, okay? Let me get back onto it. There's 27 on Uranus. On the 7th planet, it says itself there are 27. That's almost like saying 777. She's the passer of all the eggs, this bitch. If anybody's underage watching this, And I know there might be in the next couple of years, okay? I know it might be till the year 2018 before I get 100 hits on this one, but that's okay. I'm here to put myself down, because when I go down, I go up. It feels good to go down. I like to be funny. I don't care if I'm putting myself down or up. I just want to be funny. Funny for me. Because if I'm funny for me, putting myself down, I'm actually going up. So when I'm not funny for me, then it's not a laugh. Stop laughing. Okay, where are we? 27 moons on Uranus. In my ass? No. Listen to this. If there's 27 moons on Uranus and 63 moons on Jupiter, that gives us 90 days of winter. Santa Claus, Jesus Christ, is born the 90 days just before the Spirit comes. When man is born, you have the 90, and then man is born, you got 91. But before he's born, you only have 89. But the time it takes to be born, you have 90. And then once he's out, you got 91. You go from 89 to 91. You know why? Imagine you were an X, like this. In your mother, you're an X with this little thing next to you, the umbilical cord, right? And the minute you come out from being a 9, this umbilical cord goes away, and you start breathing by the mouth. And it becomes on this side the stick. On this side the stick says 9. But on this side the stick, it says 11. XX, right? X1, 1X. Follow the Romans, my friend. And the Latter-day Saints, if I could they see myself. The letters. Here's the Latter-day Saints. Let them come marching in and in. The saints come marching in by in, hurrah. This is it right here, my friends. This is part of the future of what we will discover, other things. I mean, today you'll laugh, but in about 25 or 30 years, when everybody seems to start to understand me, and we're still in our wheelchairs, we'll come out and we'll be playing this music. Anyways, okay. We got 13 moons. Pretty lucky. Letter M, 13. Mercury. Letter M, 13. Mars, 26. Now they're giving us the 13th letter, M, on Uranus? What's up its ass? It's not Uranus. That was Neptune. Ooh. So Neptune, being the 8th planet, plus 13 moons equals 21. 2 and 1 is 3. Again, part of creation. You have to follow the orders by the numbers they come in. And I set something up on my Facebook in which will show you different kinds of numbers of which moons are sitting where. Anyways, the only thing I did want to say is listen to this. Here's a planet. What your weight will be on another planet. On Mercury, it says your weight will be 52.9. Okay? That means your weight will be the birth. On Venus, your weight will be 126.9. And that means, okay, creation of man and the birth. Then the moon's weight will be 23.2. That's the letter W, which is beta, creation, and the second world is what the moon says. You hear what it says? The moon says BCB, okay, which is a birth, okay, in another world. This is our moon saying this. Our world is not the other world. But do not forget, there's 23.1, okay? But 23.1, just like in pi. You ever look in pi at the first 100? You see a 0 anywhere? You're not going to find a 0. You're not allowed to find a 0. 0 says I end. But it already ends pi. Anyways, then you go on to Mars. Again, 52.7. Mars, 4th number, which is the power of all the even numbers, okay, which run man, 52, which run area 25, 2 and 5, and passage of the 7th gate. That is Mars. Now on Jupiter, okay, it says your weight is 330.9. That is the totality, okay, of the creation egg. It says 336.9, okay, because 330 is not 330. It should be 345, which is 135, which is the 9 birth angle, right in, okay, into Pluto for sure. Oh, that planet is hot, my friends. That planet is hot. Then we have Saturn. Now, this is really a cool planet, okay? Although they jumped over, of course, Earth, which was I was talking about before, and one other planet. No, only Earth. They just jumped over Earth. No, something else, but it's okay. Saturn is on this angle. Why is it on that angle? It's on that angle for a reason. Because it's taking from the bottom and giving back at the top. It's splitting of the world of some sort. I do not have to know. Saturn is taking from two worlds. It's taking the spin off of Jupiter. Oh my God, it's taking the spin off of Jupiter. And then on the other side is Uranus. And that's the seventh gate. But hold on a second. Saturn has a weight, okay, of 148.9. 148 is passage, in heaven, and the birth. Oh my God, that's it. That's the 89. Now Uranus says 124.4, which means it's the seventh gate to the four angles, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7. I know right away. And then your weight on Neptune is 157.5. Now that, my friends, is close like shit. Excuse my language. That is very close to 75, because 57 is 3 parts of 19. Forget about the 100. The 1 is only in the front because it's in from the other group it was first. Forget about that one. We're on 57.5. Okay? Uranus and Neptune are together, and then boom, Saturn comes in. Oh, most definitely. We must be somewhere between Jupiter and Saturn. I see this. You see, look how blue we are. They say we're a blue planet. Look how blue Neptune is here. Look how earthy it is on Jupiter, you know. I think they got all the earth from Jupiter, you know. But the blue is like a background. It's almost like we're a planet inside another planet with a blue background. Looking down, and you know what it is? You know what it is also? Hey, I see Earth. Hey, I see. Hey, look, Earth's on fire. Oh, is that Earth? Hold on a second. Took out my eyes. You know why I took out my eyes? Because they gave me these eyes so I should see what the Earth eye should see. I don't want to see what's on. Where are we? Where are we? Can't see nothing now. Oh, it's all dark. Oh, yeah, picked up the new eyes now. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, Earth's over there. They show us on the satellites that we're on Earth, but that's all the way down there. That's a B planet. We're not allowed out there. People live forever. In fact, on that planet, they wait to get off. You know what they do? They're always waiting with the demon devil on the other planet. They say, hey, Spanish train, you're going to the other world? Want to live on that big old world they call that blue place? Oh, yeah. Big old blue. Hey, but you see what's happening in the skies right now? I don't really see very many bad things going on. I don't see what's happening out there. I don't see the Illuminati. I don't see what the people see. I don't see what the banks are doing. I don't see, but I heard enough. If I think it's true, may let something fall on their head in 45 days from now. What would that be, about July 25th? That's a danger day frame. We're getting off this, hold on. July 25th to August 4th is a danger area. Not going to tell you. Want to know why? Because it's the birth of the cats and the dogs. And apparently, I was told as a young student that they come from the sky. My mother said, watch out, take the umbrella. It'll be raining cats and dogs. So I yelled back, Ma, bring me a baseball bat, just in case they bite. And so they come again. But this time, they bite with a wallet. And their cursor is whatever they feel like. Because the time of the free is now what you can say is frozen in hell. The Constitution has been demolished, and people are making fun 1,000 fucking rich people are making fun of the rest of society. My question is, will we get help and save us from this tyranny? Will Russia come and save us in Canada? Will Russia come and save the Americans if FEMA goes through? We will be calling on Russia, where we turned Russia away once before. Will they come to save our hide? Because, my friends, that's your only way out. The Israelis should honor the Russians to come in. I don't care what anybody's going to say to me now. Okay? I have my own thoughts and my own mind. I run on my hypothetical thought. I could be totally wrong, but you know what? I'm not here to tell you half a story. I'm here to tell you the story I am on. In this book, on this chapter, on this page, I invite the Russians. In fact, I'm basically just about Russian from head to toe. Unless they're talking about my my terminology, I guess, my sense of humor down below. Right. Anyways, just a little bit off the top, please. I think that the true Virgin Mary will appear. I think that the true King will appear. I think God will anoint a right-hand man. You can call him Messiah if you want, but I think God needs another son on earth to clean things up besides the king and queen. Why can the king and queen not do it themselves? Because they were born directly as of the God. So only the son of the son of the son can do it. As we all know, the first son is in the sky. The second son is at the end of Uranus when you read it backwards. The third son of the coming of Christ. And therefore there are 4 suits in the deck. And the fourth son has to stay and mop up the mess that man created for himself without even knowing. And it all started by going shopping on Friday night and not sitting home and having that family dinner, because it's the only things that are going to be sacred for the rest of your life. The only memory that you can take with you into your old age is always going to be repeated about how the children used to sit at the table and how come they're not here now, or they are here now. The last moon, which is Pluto, 3 moons, 9th planet. 9 and 3 is just like saying Pluto on Earth. And in between that comes Saturn. The only way for a birth to run, okay, is in the sac, okay? You're a 9, okay? When you come out, okay, you're an added 2 to 11. But at the same time you're an added 2, you're a -3. So your 9 is actually a 6 and an 11. Why? Because you're -3 because of the creation part. That has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the 9 birth. That's what brings it up to the 9 birth. That's why you have the 9 birth. So there's just so many things I don't know where to go. You know, I do this off the top of my head. Nobody ever asked me any questions. There is one guy, I told him about June 12th. You remember what I told you about June 12th, buddy? Right? Oh yes, I didn't forget this last thing. The chicken, first is the heaven. Okay, first the heaven has to open. The egg has to be laid, and 21 days later on the 12th, the way I first mentioned it the first time, the egg hatches, and we get the crop circles. Then is the birth of the cat and the dog, 66 to 66 days, 66 to 69 days later, or 45 to 48 days, which is 45 days from now. We got to go 17 days from now. It would be the 28th of July, 25th of July to August 4th, let's say. And then the last one, okay, because I have to follow the rabbit also, but I'm not. Instead of using the rabbit, I ended up using the Chinese pig. And their birth is 333, which is command, create, and whatever, 333 and transport. Command, create, and transport, which is the 7th gate. And there's 2 transports, because the element of the mind, when it's coming into the world, it's got to hook up. You know what I'm saying? In the world, out. So there's 2 movements. You know what I'm saying? So what was that? So that was Pluto, and they had 3, and 9 is 3, and it also makes 21. And don't forget, every time you make 21, it's 777 in the world. It's 777 in the world. It's 777 in the world. 1 and 6 is 7, 3 and 4 is 7, 2 and 5 is 7. 9 and 4 is just like 9 and 4, 13 is just like 3 and 2. Because 9 in the crap game and the 5 pay the same thing. So if you flip the 9 upside down, it becomes a 1. Okay? In order to bring it into a calculatable suit. And then the 5 and the, what was it? What 2 numbers were they again? Oh my God. Whatever. Okay, drop it. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Just below Andromeda, if you take a look just in the Nunavut down to the North Pole and the Baffin Islands, you will connect the stars down to our planet. And very slowly, we will have all the stars on the planet. And instead of having Hollywood stars in cement, you will see one day that there will be a star on every corner reflecting the 100 and something moons that are in the sky definitely have a place on this planet. Thank you.